Yo Q, what up? Yo Q,
Man,
what
I'm
up?
keeping it real. What up, Duan?
Welcome
Let's get it.
to Not
Not
Just
just
Music,
music.
where we keep it real
Uh-huh.
and honest.
Always.
My mama praying, telling me, Q, you need to chill. They can't respect the truth, I'm just honest.
All right, man, let's get it. Not Just Music Podcast. Here we go. All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Not Just Music Podcast.
Where we keep it real.
And we keep it honest.
Always.
Smelly people, good people.
What's up?
How are we doing? Another episode.
We blessed. How y'all doing?
Another Thursday. Hope y'all doing good. Going into the weekend. Another Friday coming up. Quickie.
Yep.
And hopefully y'all are going to enjoy y'all weekend to come and be blessed and be safe and take it easy because y'all got to go back to work next week. So make it happen. Today we are going to talk about a little bit of everything, but
Let's talk.
in one specific situation I want to talk about, and especially with the way that the world is constantly changing. I noticed that lately, and this is really just lately, and I've been trying to understand this, and this is first thing we're going to ask. I want to ask y'all. I'm gonna ask Q first. Okay, Q, if we are at a time now where the market and money value has become a little extreme.
Yeah.
Tell me, what do you feel, and especially for us that work day in, day out to provide for our families.
And it seems like it's never enough.
And it seems as if we can never be at that point where it's never enough. So I'm gonna give you an example. So like when
I feel that one though, bro.
I'm gonna say it like this. I started working at UPS in 2003, 4, right? And when I first started, minimum wage was $7, right?
Yeah.
Now, tell me this, right? Now, when I started, it was at $7. That was starting. When I left, it was $15. That was the minimum wage starting point. And I used to always be like, man, shoot, y'all came in, y'all making $14, $15 an hour. When I first started, I was only making $7.
It seemed like they do it all the time. You leave a job.
So you tell me this, bro. Do you feel that due to the lifestyle that us Americans have created, have made the world, well, not the world, America, do you feel like it's made America be expensive like it is now?
Yes.
What do you think? What do you think things that we value too much, which make things become so expensive now? What do you think?
I said like nonsense, man. Weed, drink, alcohol, like stuff I never really cared for. You know, stuff that's just pointless. You know, like basic mindset. You know, not wanting to travel, not wanting to get out the country, not wanting to explore. You know, just thinking simple minded, spending it on women and, you know, all kind of crazy stuff, man. You know, hotels for what? In the same city and not doing nothing but just smoking and drinking and whatever you can do at just your house. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we waste a lot of money, and we also, I feel like we're not paid like what we're worth. You know, I feel, and this is the reason why I feel a lot of you know, if you go to like places like Nigeria, the currency runs, the dollar is worth more over there. So I feel like a lot of people come over here to make money and go back. You see that, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, because it's so high, everything is expensive here.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. I'm concerned because I'm gonna tell you why. For years, you know, you look at the market at what people choose to spend, excess on, and things what people won't spend excess on. Like I look at things like, vehicles, housing, food, certain food that people buy. Because I've noticed too, like you got some people who will go spend, $300 on groceries, and these groceries last, maybe a week, depending on the size of a family.
Exactly.
Let's just say, or you got some people who just a single person, they go spend $300 something on food just for the week on theyself.
Hey, bro, and I swear I've always felt like that. Like I feel like grocery shopping sometimes is overrated. I feel like it's overrated because you spend a lot of money, and like you said, a couple weeks, it's gone. So it's like, dang, like you might as well get something for that day or something. You know what I'm saying? I try to manage it. Don't shop like you're shopping for the whole month, because you gonna run out of it. Just shop for the week or a couple days at least. Find you something you can cook and eat on that for a couple days or a week. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't spend all that money trying to recover for like the whole month, because at today's time, man, it ain't gonna last, man.
I feel this is what I feel too, especially with food, and this like you said, certain things you can find that are inexpensive food wise.
Yeah, but
some things, like one thing that I noticed, especially lately, that's been like really deep to look into, and some people can believe me or not. If you look at chicken wings right now, if you look at the price of chicken wings uncooked versus chicken wings that's cooked, some spots actually serve chicken wings actually cheaper cooked versus uncooked now. I mean, you can go get a whole pack of chicken wings uncooked.
What? Say it again, bro.
Chicken wings cooked are, in some cases now, in a lot of spots, chicken wings that are cooked, you can go get 10 chicken wings right now cooked cheaper than you could get 10 chicken wings uncooked.
Damn.
Just being honest. That's, people ain't paying it attention. But if you go in the grocery store and look at a pack of chicken, especially chicken wings run from about $15 to $20 uncooked, and you gonna only get about 10 to 15 wings in a pack. So you think about it, you only gonna get, so if you take 10 chicken wings, right? In most cases, you're getting the whole wing, so you're getting a flat and a drum at the same time.
And they be small.
So if you look in the pack, it look like you're getting a lot, and it is a lot. I mean, you're getting 10 flats and 10 drums. But at the same time,
things don't last.
I can go get me some that are cooked right now, and the price range on it won't affect you until you look at it like, okay, wait a minute. It's easy for me to get these chicken wings cooked now versus uncooked.
Exactly. So,
now another thing. What's going up? Drum roll. Gas. Now, gas is one thing that I scratch my head on all the time when I go to the pump now, man.
Me too. Me too.
When I first started driving, and it seems as if I'm old saying this, but it's the truth. 99, 2000 year is when I started driving. And gas, I remember on Sugar Creek, and that's in North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, if none of y'all know. Sugar Creek Road, you get on Sugar Creek, you can just ride up Sugar Creek and just pick a gas station. It didn't matter. You just, it's a sunny day. I'm just go for a ride. Why not? Gas was only, I think the lowest I've ever paid for gas was about 89 cents a gallon.
The good days.
89, 88 cents a gallon. I go pull up to the pump, go put $5 in there, boy, you can ride a long time off of that $5, man.
Yeah.
Now, we've just hit some of the highest of highs in gas and diesel prices. I'm talking $4, $5. If you on the West Coast, you probably looking at $6-7 for a gallon. Now,
then you add on the jobs, ain't paying you enough.
Now let's start mixing this in. Now, so like you just said, so being an enforced way of saying that now. You have to go to work, right? You have to eat.
But let me say this though. Yeah. Sometimes it unmotivates you because it's like the gas is high, the food is high, and the job ain't paying you enough. So why should I try?
Why should you try?
Why should I even try?
And that's the part.
Why should I? I'm just need to live my life and
that's
smoke
the
weed
part,
all day.
That's the part
and party and you know what I'm saying, live life.
Mental in your situation of how
I've been there sometime, bro, but I ain't quit. I'm gonna be honest. That's why I'm taking me a little. I'm getting away. Like, you know, you got to get away sometime from this. Woo!
Because it's a life of changes, man, and a life of understanding. That's why I'm confused at times, but
confused too.
It gets me like, okay, you know what? I gotta get up and I gotta take care of things. And if you don't take care of it, it's gonna be off.
It's hard. It's hard too.
So again, if you're the type of person that doesn't have that motivational influence behind you at all times, because to me, say that is saying having a work ethic to go out here and get it. If you don't have no work ethic,
you ain't gonna last and you gonna quit.
Be broke fast.
I seen people come on jobs and you can tell who gonna last and who ain't. Basically, just by the way they work ethic. I mean, like it really is like that. People are built differently, man. It's work ethic, something you can't teach.
Nope.
You know, and then you add on how hard it is. People see a road and they see a road so high, they like, man, I can't do that. You know, let me just stop. You know, so everybody ain't the same. That's what we gotta realize. Everybody ain't the same,
and then nobody's gonna be built the same. Like, you know, especially to me, because it's saying like the job market was very different, and with it being very different, you know, a lot of people made different kinds of money at one point in time. But then how ease, of course, as I always say, the ease of work. People see how easy it is to make that money, and then that money starts to change due to how you have to spend it out. So you take away that you hit people where it hurts, gas, food, and you can get around. Depends on how you want to live. If you want to live a certain lifestyle, you gotta watch how you spend. I mean, most cases that's how you supposed to do it anyway, but you can't spend all your money on food and expect to have a nice house. Can't spend all your money on food and expect to drive around in a nice car. Can't spend all your money on food and expect to have gas in your car. So
what do we do, man?
So what do we do? So this is a good question. This is what I was trying to get to. This is the next phase of this shoot cast here. What is it and what are we going to have to do as a American citizen, because we all American citizens? What is it that we can do to wake up the government? And what things do you feel that we could say? And you don't have to be.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah, go ahead, hit me with it.
I feel like we as a people have to come together and start coming up with ideas. Like, everybody put their ideas out, and we come up with our own stuff. We come up with our own stuff, like, you know, our own markets, our own food, you know, our own everything. Because as long as we give them the power and give the people the power that has the power now, we're not gonna see change, because they're looking at it, money being put in their pockets, while we're just, you know, on the bottom. You know, so we have to start putting money into these people and actually start our own, and start putting money into ourselves and our own people. Yeah, that's just how I feel. And people are so thrown off, like, we don't support small businesses like we should. We support these big businesses, the clothing lines, you know, the Tommy Hilfiger, all these name brands, but we won't support your bro down the street with a clothing line or whatever he's selling. So we got to start supporting each other and put money in the small businesses and the smaller, you know, the black owned businesses, especially because I'm black. And you know what I'm saying, and helping each other out, man. You know, and watch how we spend our money and where we spending it.
That's one of the biggest things too. Like, you know, I look at like I'm going back to my 80s life, and like basically right here, I'm basically sitting in a place right now currently where I actually grew up, and I look at how much has changed around here since I was a youngster. And one thing,
rent sign right beside
yeah,
you, man.
What's deep though is like, you know, the man that used to own the land, that's basically they just basically put 4 houses on his land. And he died. When he died, they basically sold his land off. His house, the house that's beside it, and the 3 houses that's behind it, all on all of his land. He owned all these lots. Now, the part that trips me out is these aren't cheap houses either. These are basically right at $300,000 cribs. So you add all those houses together, right? You talking about $1 million plus. Now let's think about this, bro.
That's why a lot of people ain't moving in.
Now, and I'm gonna be honest, and this is like you said though. If we had our own market, so let's talk about that now. And this is a good thing to talk about, because I'm glad you said something like that. Because my granddaddy, when my granddaddy was alive, my mom and dad house that you see, he built that. He had that built for them.
It's a beautiful house.
And the thing is this, right? He had, I think, a couple of his friends, all black, bro. And if I'm not mistaken, all these people were black. Just regular people. Built that house from the ground up. And, you know, at an unbelievable price. We'll never see these prices again. I ain't going to even say what it is, because I don't even want to expose it as that. But it's crazy, though, that how we did as black people in the 80s. And we ain't even got to go back far. Let's go back to the 80s, 70s, 80s time frame, right?
Yeah.
In the 70s and 80s, bro, we wanted to be farmers. We wanted to be craftsmen.
We was out there on the construction work. They was out there on the roads.
The
Mexican jobs that the black folks was doing.
The stuff that is considerably what gave us that lane, we don't even have that lane no more.
But you know what? We rather stay on the block, sling drugs, be on Instagram, flexing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why? Like and the warehouse jobs also. If you see, I see movies back in the day, and my mom and stuff. Mm-hmm. Man, the warehouse jobs, it was more black bosses and supervisors than white. Mm-hmm. What happened? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. And it goes to what I was saying. Once we gave the others the power, they controlled how much we made, what we do, this and that. They controlled it. We gave them that power because we said, okay, we wash our hands with it. We don't want to do it. So we gave that. You're giving the power to somebody else. If you don't want to do it, guess what? Somebody else gonna do it.
And that's the most hurtful thing, bro. Like, you know, our fathers and our grandfathers
worked so hard.
You know, they grandmothers, great grandmas worked super double overtime to teach us how to do things on our own. You know, like even my grandma, my dad's mom, had a garden, and they took pride in this stuff. Like, I mean, you talk about
my grandma and grandpa too, man. They still got a garden. And
that's like one of the biggest things of pastime. Now you rarely see people who have gardens. You gotta
plant potatoes, tomatoes, all that. Like, when we eat it too, it be good.
Fields, you know,
they don't know nothing about that though, bro.
Greens had, you know,
that I grew up around
potatoes,
that,
like you said, sweet potatoes,
watermelons, man. We doing all
of the things that you could probably think of as you see produce wise in a grocery store. They had access to, even the ones that were, you know, even the ones that would hate y'all don't like this, but slaughtered. You know, they slaughter the pigs, slaughter the cows, break these, you know, fishing. They went and got it all. They wasn't like a thing of we had the market, you know, a super grocery store to go into like we do now. Like the grocery stores has gotten really crazy out of hand. Like you go in, some of them is stupid expensive.
And that's what I was trying to tell you, to where I was saying if black folks use their ideas and they work ethic and come together, we could do so much. Like the example like that, grandma and grandpa, you know, starting a garden. My grandma and grandpa have always done that. in the backyard. You know what I'm saying? We the stuff that they planted and grew, that's what we ate. The beef, I mean, it was so delicious. Just thinking about it, you know what I'm saying? The peas, the carrot, all that, man. You know what I'm saying? They put that work in. You know, and that's how it is, like with life. You know, if you want something that's good, you go, you know, something good and great and tasty, you gonna have to put some work in.
Exactly.
It's gonna take some time. You know, you gotta get down and dirty. But if you want something fast, you know, fast food wise, it ain't gonna be worth keeping. You gonna run out like money. You know, you gonna run out.
That's the hurtful part, man. You look at all these, you know, able bodies now. You know, like that's one thing I know my granddad used to always do with us. Like he implemented us into doing things and showing us things to where we could get hands on with it and see what it was. If it's a thing of we want to build a garden, we can build a garden. You know, we know what to get. We know how to do it. You know, but that's the biggest thing right there. Now, this is one thing too I'm about to put out here in the atmosphere. If you're listening, people, and this is coming from somebody who is still kind of intermediate at understanding it, but I'm starting to catch wind with it because I'm paying attention to what's going on in the world. The biggest thing I want y'all to realize is we are scared to buy into getting land nowadays. Like, as a community, one thing a community can, you know, uphold and withstand is if those people that started, or, you know, you got people like my mom and dad been here basically a little over 40 years. And, you know, nobody, like, if you look at, you know, you go outside this door and, you know, you look around this area right here, these two houses is at the top of the hill, and even over here on the one, you know, our next door neighbors, basically, that's our family too. My granddaddy house is still sitting right here. That's my granddaddy house that's sitting right here.
Oh, for real?
So basically, wow, this whole field right here was his garden. He had another garden that was sitting right here behind me.
So that's your family too, across the street?
That's my cousins. That's my great grandma's nieces and her nephews and all of her people. That's their house right there. It's to see it like that, bro, is rare. You know, so let me explain and let me ask you this. Do you feel that if ever one day, because I think it's getting to a point where it's gonna be all gone here shortly. Because if you look everywhere you look, they're trying to build a house. Buildings, man. Yeah, they tearing down buildings. It's not. It's about to be nothing but housing in the Charlotte area. You ain't gonna have too many places where there's like actual. You sitting on like a strong acre. I mean, I'm talking like just an acre.
My city in Statesville, man, we used to that buildings of vacant buildings, just torn down, like ain't like empty buildings with nothing in it, no business. Are they getting tore down? Or one, you know.
And that's the part what was scary to me. Like we got 50 houses going up in these neighborhoods, right? And you look at it. Sometimes it only be one person who owned that land that they're about to build this 50 houses on, right?
Yeah.
So they not knowingly. They'll sell this land for, let's just say, $50,000, right?
Yeah.
$75,000, right? And somebody come in and build 40 houses on it, right? Yeah. All these houses cost $200,000, $300,000.
Yeah.
Look how much profit they just made off of this little $50,000, this little profit. You know, the little money they had to kick out, and then now they had to come back right back and say that, oh, look.
But you know the problem, like it goes back to what we opened this up with, money. If you don't have the money to do these things or opportunities, then you really can't do but so much. Because I know some people would love to do a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But you can't do anything without money.
And see, this is
you know what I'm saying?
This is the next phase. Now, educate yourselves, y'all. Educate yourselves. Let me tell you why.
I'm a victim of it.
It's a hard thing to do, but at the same time, it's actually an easy thing to do if you go about it the correct way. The way the world works now, especially it's big thing that you can say that you can walk into somebody's bank and ask them for some money and they give it to you. The thing is what are you doing? How are you capitalizing? How are you making that money? That money say, okay, hey, money's only gonna move if a person has it. If it ain't moving, it's just gonna sit in the bank. The bank can't spend all this money by themselves. So how they doing it? How these people getting out here and getting this land and buying this land? A loan. You go think about it. You just say this man go out and get this $50,000 loan, right? $75,000 loan.
Yeah.
$100,000 loan, right? They go buy this land for $90,000, right? They put 25 houses on that land, right? Off of 2 houses, they could pay the loan off. Look how much money they gonna profit. Bank. Bank. So you talking about you can get $1 million. You can get $1 million easy. But the thing is, you got to do it right. You got to know where the location. You got the best location to know people where they at. And saying that, you can get a turnaround. Like some of these housing developments, people, as soon as the people build them, they buying them. They getting these houses. Some of them I'm not coming out good because of due to location. But real fast, we're going to take a quick break. And we're going to come back and we're going to keep talking about this. All right. All right, y'all, we back. Not Just Music Podcast.
Where we keep it real.
And we keep it honest. And back on part 2 of this. And picking up where we left off, I want people to really understand that I think one of the biggest things that we could do, and especially those that are young, 20s, still in 30s, is get a hold of your credit score soon as you can. And understand what it's going to take to keep your credit score clean and high, and what it takes to get it up, so that when it's time, and
that's important right there, man.
Moments to understand where you can do things. Don't feel like you're stuck. Find ways, get you a job, find things, get you a budget to understand where you need to put your money and where you don't need to put your money. The biggest thing is you have to eat, you have to drive, you have to have somewhere to stay. Those are the main 3 things. Find a job that can take care of those 3 things. Find some jobs that can take care of those few things. And understand that you want to build up your credit. Find a way to build your credit. I'm still a work in process with that too. I'm better than what I thought I was, honestly, but because the fact of I was taking care of things, but at the same time, like, okay, you know what? If you don't take care of it, you're just going to fall into a hole. You're going to fall behind. You're not going to, the money that you're spending, you're going to have to just be constantly getting yourself out of the hole.
Let me ask you something. So are you that type of person that jump on, like say you owe something and it's going to affect your credit? Are you that type to jump on it and pay it? Or are you like kind of weigh it out? Like
I jump on it and pay it as soon as I can.
Okay.
The reason being, the more time you spend sitting there thinking about it, to me, yeah, you putting yourself in a deeper hole. So exactly. like I'm gonna give you an example. So like, if I got a gas bill, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just speaking from a realistic point because I've done this before. I'm not gonna tell y'all nothing I ain't never done before. I'm gonna give you some real. Like that's the only way you gonna learn. So if I got a gas bill, right? That's $22, right? Now, like, you know what? That little $22, they ain't gonna cut it off right away. I can wait another 30 days, but in another 30 days they're gonna bill you again. So think about it like this. So, while it was $22, or let's say $22. If the gas bill was $22, and the next month it come, say you use a little bit of gas more than you did the last month. So say like it's $32, right? Now look at what you just put yourself into. What did you just do? A bigger debt. So think about it like this. The quicker you could take care of a bill, the quicker you can get it off your mind, the quicker you could do something else with the money that you're trying to basically accumulate. And the biggest thing of accumulating is saving. Like if you get yourself to a point where you're just constantly spending money and spending money and spending money and you're living from paycheck to paycheck to paycheck to paycheck, that's a problem. Because once you start living from paycheck to paycheck, you fall into a habit, and that's what you do. You're going to continue to do it. You'll never break it unless you take control of what your spending habit is and your spending habits. Now, we talked about this one time before, Q, especially with, saying that things that we spend money on. Like, do you feel if and this is not even just you. Do you feel that? Give me what percentage you feel on a scale of 100. On a scale of 100.
Yeah.
What percentage of this 100% do you feel people actually live the correct way? Meaning they take care of their bills, they take care of everything on time, they got some money in the bank, everything is just right and just peachy in their life. How many people do you feel? What percentage do you feel? Do you feel it's a big percentage or a small one?
Very small.
So what you like maybe about 8%, 10% tile people?
Probably lower than that.
Probably. Now you with me?
Probably lower than that.
You with me? So think about it like this, right?
Because listen, because just like responsibility, just because you have you might have a place, but it like we was talking about in past episodes, you might be on Section 8,
yeah,
and you might be stuck on that and don't want to do better,
yeah.
So it's like it's the same thing,
yeah. So do you think, let's say, those that live a little, take care of their bills, they might have a little bit of accumulation of money in their bank, right?
Yeah.
So how many people do you feel like that? Another small percentage.
Well, I'm in that percentage.
Okay.
I mean, cause I like to have things, but I'm manageable. But I also make sure I pay what I need to pay.
Yeah. Now,
you get what I'm saying?
Do you feel like I said?
But that's a low percentage too, though. I feel like that's a low percentage too, because it's. So it's either you're gonna be all the way in with some people gotta be all the way in with it, or they gonna be all the way out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like they don't believe in putting a little from this check in, saving and then spending this. And some people it's all like I gotta spend all this, or I gotta put all of it away. You know what I'm saying?
So tell me this: in the past 10 years, right? Let's just say the past 10 years of your life, and especially growing up. Did you come up with the method of how you should spend money on your own? Or basically manage? Did you come up with your own way to manage your own money, or did somebody give you some pointers on what to do?
I'm gonna tell you this. This is like the honest to God truth. I hate the feeling of giving money, putting money in somebody's hand, because I feel like they say, but you have the power when the money's in your hand. When you give that money, you're giving them the power. So every time I spend money, my mind is always thinking about how can I make this money back, or how I can make more back than what I just gave. See, that's just one thing. Like every time I spend, I know I got some money coming back. That's just my mindset. Even if I don't think I got money, I'm always thinking like I got money coming back. I'm a positive thinker like that. I'm a hustler. I'm a go getter. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get it back. That's just how I feel. Whether I gotta sacrifice, I might get a little bit percentage back. But I'ma always sacrifice. I might have to eat noodles the whole week. You know what I'm saying? But I'ma always sacrifice, and I'ma stack that bread back up. You best believe me. I done did it before. I done spent, and I done made it back plus some. So nobody really had to show me that. It's just a mindset thing, and it's something I was instilled with.
Good. And see, this is one thing too. I'm gonna tell you. I learned some methods on my own, and then I learned a lot of methods from my parents too. I watch and listen to things that they tell me, and it's not saying that they might even told me like how to spend the money. They just told me the methods of how to take care of it, because a lot of people don't take care of the money that they make. And that's the one thing, like, you gotta really take it like the money that you make, you gotta learn how to budget it. I don't care if you're making like $150 a week. So if you make $150 a week and you trying to get going, because I mean, to me, little money is money. Whether if it's big money or it's little money is money.
You can budget.
If you know how to budget, there you go, bro. There you go. If you know how to budget it and save it, that's when you break that curse of what you think of, like, okay, man, this little bit
I'm
of
gonna tell
money.
you that easy money easy to make, but it's hard to keep.
Yep, hard to keep.
That's really what it is. Hard, like, it's easy to make money, but it's hard to keep it.
And the lifestyle, like, and see, like, you just pointed out a big thing to me. Like, people are afraid to live that minimalistic life, and you think about it like this. Like you said, you might have to eat noodles that whole week, for you to get it back right, to get the money back stacked up right. But think about it like this.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You're supposed to take a L. You know, if you fall off, you can get back, right? Just if you eating calamari every day, you know, you might not eat calamari. You might have to go home and make you some ham sandwiches, some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or something, just to get the money back, right? You know, calamari, you can go back to eating calamari if that's what you want, but you got to understand, like, that's a budgetable lifestyle. You have to budget that into your lifestyle. You can't just say it's okay, I eat calamari once or twice a month versus eating it every night.
Bro, this is an untold story, but I spent my last dollar on the Ain't Got Our Trust song we did. I had spent my last dollar, and I had rent and all that coming up. I sacrificed that whole week, was eating in, saved my money up. I got right back on track. You get what I'm saying? Because I was determined. That's another thing. I was determined in my mindset. I was determined to get this money back.
Yeah.
I was determined that this is what I wanted. I believed in my music. I believed in what I was doing. Same way with anything. You got to be determined that you're going to save money. You're going to get money. You know what I'm saying? Realistically, you got to believe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's like like how we, you know, how we do this week in, week out, you know, and you know, it's a lot of sacrifice that comes with this for both of us. It's considerably, like, this is probably taking up maybe about 25 to maybe about 30, maybe 35% tile of my life right now. Due to
the editing,
you know, everything that it takes to put it, you know, to get it right, you know, whatever it is, you know, taking care of the, you know, the cost of things or whatever we got to do to, you know, keep it going. Like, all that stuff comes into play. But the biggest thing is like we were just talking about, like, having a budget.
Yeah.
I don't want this to go anywhere. I don't want this to not be anything. You know, if we're gonna have it, let's do it all the way out. You know.
Yeah.
That's what I said. We're gonna do it, let's do it. We ain't gonna drag our feet with it. And the biggest thing that I feel like with people that want something, they don't instead of putting their money into things that they know that they need to survive, they'll put like you just said, you're spending your last dollar on it and they don't know how to bounce back.
Yeah.
That's the part right there. Like, you got to think, people, like, to gain, you're gonna have to lose. if to get a gain, to catch a gain, you're gonna have to lose. Like, so if we gotta eat, you know, scraps for 2 weeks just to get our money back together, we gotta eat scraps until we get our money back up. Like,
facts.
You know, if that's what it takes. If I gotta wear, you know, the same clothes for 5, 6, 7 months or 5, 6, 7 years straight
until you get that
until
money,
you get your money
up.
right, stacked up. Like, it's nothing wrong with that. Like, and you know, that's the one thing I was thinking to myself, like, with social media is really jacked up.
What Boozy said Dickies and tees till I made my first 50 G's. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I seen in the interview, he said he wore straight white tees and Dickies till he made his first 50 G's.
And nothing is wrong with this, y'all. Like, I mean,
a hustling mentality.
Why y'all so caught up in what people feel and look at, and, you know, about your car and things of that nature? Like, if you want a vehicle, go get you a vehicle. But just notice that when you go get that vehicle, make sure it's within your budget. Don't go get the most expensive car on the lot and you know you can't handle the most expensive car on the lot. Don't do that. Don't go buy a $50,000 vehicle and your house isn't in $50,000 shape.
So backwards, man.
Like, don't do that. Like, take care of what's important first. Like I just said, make sure that you're eating. Make sure you got a place to stay and
let me throw this in there. Don't get all this stuff like a new house and a new car and your job ain't meeting that standard.
Because that's the part.
Because I done seen a lot of people buy a new house. Now this is backwards to me. Buy a new house and go from a permanent position to a temporary position.
Yeah.
Quit that job and go to a temporary position. Knowing temporary mean they can lay you off at any moment.
Yep.
So instead of keeping that stable job and having that, maybe it was a lower pay.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be stingy and go to a temp job that might be paying more, but you could get let go any moment. But you permanent here.
Snap of a finger.
So it's like you gotta think.
Yep.
Use your head.
Now, if it's one thing to talk about finances in the world, and I think a lot of us are having struggles. Those that right now, if you're going through a struggle, especially with financially trying to get by in life, make sure that you're paying attention to the money that you're making. One, more so the money that you're gonna spend out is what you should be paying even more attention to, because again, let me say it one more time: the money that you're making, the money that you're spending out. If the money that you're spending out can't be replenished or exceed what you're making, it's time to like really switch the game up on what you're doing. And this is for everybody, like myself included, had to understand that it's just you're going to have to do that. I don't care how many times, how many motivational videos you listen to, whatever. If you do not understand the money that you're kicking out is the most important part of the equation, you will understand it once you get into that hole, and
you gotta lose it all.
Yeah, well, there you go. Once you get in that hole, like he just said, lose it all. It'll make you be like, okay, I'm waking up. I'm back awake. And we do have those moments. I don't care if you're making $150,000 a year. It's people that's making $150,000 a year that's living paycheck to paycheck. The lifestyle.
Every dollar counts.
Yeah, like every dollar counts. The lifestyle counts. So if the lifestyle that you're living, you ain't putting money away, that's a problem. Find a way to where you can live a lifestyle to where you can put the money away.
Exactly.
Even if you're getting help from somebody, if you got a partnership going on, husband, wife, y'all come up with a plan. Your spouse, whatever it is, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. You live with
and that's another thing, another topic for another day. But I feel like, if you with a partner, that person has to understand that we need to save. Don't let that person change who you are if you a saver and you spend your money wise.
Exactly.
Because I seen that a lot. A lot of people put their spending habits on their spouse, and it's like, if you spend all your money, I spend all my money, what we gonna do?
Exactly.
One of us gotta have something.
Exactly. So
make sure you instill that work ethic and that saving mentality into your partner too.
Yep.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do. You gotta have that same mindset.
And it's important to
boss.
It's important to make sure you always align yourself, like you said, with those people that can really help you get to that bigger goal, that bigger piece of the pie. Like, okay, I'm a piece of a pie. Think about they bring that piece of pie. Hey, we got a half a pie, or if not, the whole pie.
Exactly.
So again, this is one thing that I'm going to bring. I think I'll bring this one back again because, like, I want to talk about financial woes more than anything, because the hardships of losing, that's a part where people really struggle getting it back and doing what they need to do to get it back.
That's the best teacher, though.
Yeah. If it don't motivate you, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
If that don't, it like Q. I hear Q said a lot. Being broke motivated and keeps him motivated. You don't want to go back to that. And then once you hit that bottom, and you just like, okay, you know what? I'm scraping, and I can't catch up. Find out what's causing you to scrape, and then take a look at that, and then see if you really need it or not. Then assess the situation. I think that you can get ahead, though. Anybody can get ahead. I mean, whether if you got to start small again, go back to whatever it takes, man. Stop worrying about what these people telling you and putting in your ear that you got to be this and you got to look this way. It's got to look this way. Don't listen to that.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to shut the world out, man, and just tunnel vision. Just grind. Put your head down and stay humble.
And run.
Stay out the spotlight. Sometimes you got to stay out the way and just work.
Put that
work in.
My favorite,
the one I told you, man. When I was working them 7 days a week, like when I got a mission, I go get it. You know what I'm saying? And I got to get away from everything, everybody. I'm working. It's about, that dollar sign. I need it.
And like you said, stay out the way. The biggest thing, my big cousin always say this. Taj, if you watching this, man, appreciate you always saying this. I stay out the way. Stay out the way so you won't be in the way. If you're in the way, that's a problem. That means you ain't staying out the way.
Stay out
so
the way.
If you stay out the way, you ain't gotta worry about it. I mean, even if you ain't gotta get on your phone, stay off Facebook, stay off IG.
It feel good not to be in some mess.
Yeah, you stay out the way.
Focus on what
You'll stay out of people. There you go. The mentality will come. The focus will come. I guarantee you, if you putting that energy in the right way, you won't have a problem to say that, oh, I'm trying to get ahead, man. I'm trying to get ahead. You can get ahead, man. Exactly. You can get ahead. Just stop worrying about what's today. Think about your future, man. Like, really plan your future to what you want it to be. If you got to go get 3 jobs, like Q said, work 7 days a week, I work 7 days a week. I still work 7 days a week. Even though I don't have a actual clock in job like I used to, I still work 7 days a week, like every single day. Yeah, and that's really, there you go.
Productive.
Find a way to get yourself into something, even if it's something like you feel like it's a trade that you do. Find a way to get that trade, work that trade into your life to where you can get money from that. Like, I know people that's like really out here right now living in their cars day to day, but they got jobs, but they got a goal. They trying to get there.
I know a couple of them.
And they don't care what you say.
They getting that.
Yeah,
bag.
And they don't care what you say, what you feel about them. Wearing the same clothes every day. They don't care. They don't care. But it, like Q said, like Boosie said, like
Dickies and tees till he made his first 50 G's.
What am I trying? Who am I trying to show? I'm not trying to impress you. I'm not trying to impress you. I'm trying to motivate myself daily to get up and get out here and get to that bag. If you ain't motivated to get up every day and get to that bag, something is wrong with you. I don't care if you're going nighttime, night shift, whatever, early morning, all throughout the afternoon, day, whatever time part of the day, it's money to be made all times of the day. So at the end of the day, don't get lazy, don't get complacent. Make sure that you understand that if you're in a hole right now, just look, take that job, take that little bit of money that you have, start to break it down. If you got debt, hit these people up, talk to them, find ways that they can help you take care of that debt. Because most cases, people that are the people that you owe, they'll take a small amount of money. Don't think that they won't take a small amount of money.
And the
money is money.
Most important thing, man, work hard, play hard.
Yeah.
You can live your life, man, cause life is short.
Yep.
Life is short.
Playing
like you wanna be able to go on trips. You wanna be able to take care of your family.
Yep.
You wanna be able, that hard work will pay off.
Mm-hmm.
You grind, you hustle.
Mm-hmm.
You get to reap the rewards.
Yep, you will.
You get to reap the rewards. Man.
You will. Now, those that are with us, that have been with us, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all following us. We appreciate y'all showing us love consistently. If you have not subscribed, if this is your first time watching us, if this is your first time being amongst us, against me and Q, if this is your first time, hit that subscribe button down there. Hit that subscribe button and hit that notification button. Turn it on. Go over to our website, notjustmusicpodcast.com. Check that out. Follow us on the 3 major networks that we use: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Not Just Music Podcast. Follow us on all those. Like all of those. Comment, talk to us, communicate with us, email us.
Don't be scared of us. We human, man.
Human.
We like to associate with the people, man. We love the people.
Please do. And also, Thanksgiving is coming.
Donate.
This is crunch time. Go up to our website, notjustmusicpodcast.com. Click those 3 lines up there at the top if you're on your mobile phone. Scroll down to donate now. Hit the donate now. There should be Thanksgiving giveaway right there in that box. Donate whatever you want to donate. Donate what you can. We are definitely going to give this away, and I'm going to show you that I'm going to give this away. I may not show the family all the way, but I will give the details so you can understand.
We want them to see what we do.
Yeah. All proceeds will go to this family that we're trying to do this for. We've already got the ball rolling. We've already got goods coming in. Anything that's non-perishable, please, you want to send it. If you want to send gift cards, money, whatever it is, please get in contact with us. Info at Not Just Music Podcast.
Also, be sure to donate to us if you want to.
Yes.
Whatever's on your heart, donate to Not Just Music Podcast.
Exactly. Info at Not Just Music Podcast is our podcast.com is our email. So if you want to communicate with us so you can understand how to do it correctly or anything like that, please contact. Let me know. My phone number is 1-803-616-1447. That's my business phone. You can call me, you can text me, whatever it is. Any info that you need, whatever. WhatsApp is gonna probably be the same exact thing. Plus 1-803-616-1447. So I mean, if it's whatever you can give
for all our people over there,
yeah, whatever you can communicate with us to help us get these families fed here. I mean, I'm trying to get bigger and bigger with this every year. If I can do a family this year, if I can do 2 families next year, that's the goal. At the end of the day, we're just trying to show love. We're trying to do things and expand our brand. So it just isn't just about us just doing things and receiving. We want to give to people as well.
Exactly.
It's a big time to like really do it, especially during these holidays. The holidays is one of the hardest things for any family. Even if you got a lot, you still, this is one of those times and points of times of the year where it actually gets kind of crunch time and you don't know how to, balance day to day.
Yeah, crazy year. A lot of families going through it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we love y'all. Continue to love each other. Continue to bring love, positive energy always to people, man. Don't be a negative light, y'all. Stop being a negative light to yourself. Stop being a negative light to everybody else in the world. Now, lastly, one more thing before I shut this down. I got 1 minute and 54 seconds. If you all know of any people who are influencers and motivators, please pass them on. Let them know about Not Just Music Podcast. We are interested. We want to talk. We want to, anybody that understands money, finances, anything to that nature.
Please come on the platform.
Please come on this platform. We are willing to listen, talk, and we want to give game to people in the correct light. So, we thank y'all for watching. Tune in next Thursday, 8:00 p.m. We are Not Just Music Podcast.
We keep it real.
And we keep it honest. And blessings to those that are going through right now. There's been a lot of killing going on. Takeoff. It just got his life took recently. Yeah. Learn to love people, y'all. Stop being so having so much hate in y'all heart, man. Like, really, just put out good vibes. Stop putting out so many negative vibes, man. Too many people are dying, especially in the black community. Too many people are dying. If you continue to show love, people will show you love back. Yeah. And at the end of the day, again,